My wife texted, "I'm filing for divorce next week." I calmly replied, "I beat you to it." Then I verified our prenup was airtight and secured all my investments. 2 days after her lawyer reached out, he was frantic on the phone. I'm 38, male, staring at a quarterly financial forecast on my screen, one of those mind-numbing spreadsheets, when my phone buzzed. It was Lauren, my wife of 7 years. Lauren: "Hey, just so you know, I'm filing for divorce next week. My lawyer will contact you." Just like that. A casual grenade. For a moment, the numbers on the screen blurred. Mental reset. I've always been a strategist. It's how I run my small tech startup. It's how I approached our marriage. Lauren? More of a let fate decide type. Or so I thought. My suspicions had been mounting for months. Late nights at the office, her phone always locked, weekend retreats to find herself. Last week, after spotting odd withdrawals from an old joint account I thought was inactive, small sums, but a pattern, I'd had enough. On Friday, I'd met with Ms. Claire, my attorney. We reviewed the prenup, which Lauren had initially pushed for to protect her then larger assets. Ms. Claire confirmed it was rock solid for separate property, including my company, started before we married. That same Friday, I'd begun transferring a significant portion of my premarital assets and individual stocks into a new fund under my sole name. Ms. Claire had divorce papers prepared, ready if needed. I'd hoped, naively maybe, for a discussion, a confrontation, not this. Her text was the spark. Before responding, I called Ms. Claire. She just made her move. File now. Rush it if possible. "Done, Michael," Ms. Claire said, her tone sharp. Then I replied to Lauren, "No need for your lawyer to reach out. Mine's filing as we speak. Papers will hit your office by tomorrow." "What? You filed? What the hell, Michael?" "It's in progress. The prenup's airtight, by the way. Hope you kept your copy." Then, the petty satisfaction that felt so right. My investment advisor sent confirmation of the trades, personal portfolio secured, forwarded it to Lauren. Subject: "For your information." It showed my separate assets reinvested, all legal under our prenup. No reply from Lauren. Screenshot. Cloud saved. Emailed to Ms. Claire. Deep breath. The shock was overshadowed by a cold, clear focus. The prenup was Lauren's idea. Let's keep things tidy, darling. My business thrived. Her inheritance dwindled, thanks to her taste for designer bags and luxury retreats. Ms. Claire had been almost delighted during our meeting. "This is tight, Michael. If she plays dirty, it only strengthens our case to stick to the agreement's letter." Lauren's text was that dirty play. The rest of the afternoon, calls with Ms. Claire, locking down solely owned accounts, updating passwords, every financial detail secured. A brief pang. Her smile on our honeymoon, gone, replaced by that icy text. She planned a divorce next week. She was about to learn it was happening now, on terms she hadn't expected. Update. Woke up Wednesday feeling steady. String of missed calls from Lauren, furious voicemails. "How dare you, that money's ours." Wrong. Midday Wednesday, the official strike. Email from a Mr. Robert Hayes. Let's give him a last name for consistency. SCCNLAUREN. Using her maiden name, Carter, pompous, aggressive. Mr. Andrews. He couldn't even get my name right. It's Michael. Or soon, just Michael again. My real last name is Andrews. It has come to our attention that you have initiated divorce proceedings in a deceitful and malicious manner. Your attempts to conceal marital assets through last-minute investment maneuvers will not hold. My client was under pressure when signing the prenuptial agreement. Its validity will be fiercely challenged. We demand full transparency, significant spousal support, and 50% of your business interests by tomorrow evening. Non-compliance will lead to immediate court action to freeze all known assets. Nearly laughed. Deceitful? From the one who sent the breakup text. Conceal assets? I reinvested my separate property per the prenup she wanted. Trades started before her text. Pressure? She had her own lawyer, weeks to review. She was eager to sign then. 50% of my company? Explicitly separate in the prenup. Spousal support? Waived in the prenup? Forwarded to Ms. Claire. Thought you'd like this. He's bold. Ms. Claire called. Legal comedy gold. Let me deal with Mr. Robert Hayes. He's in for a lesson. Thursday morning, Lauren showed up at the house. I was on a video call. Saw her pull in, muted. Team, quick break. Uninvited visitor. She used her old key. I cursed myself. In the chaos of the last 36 hours, changing locks hadn't topped the urgent list, though it was planned. Ms. Claire prioritized asset protection first. Michael, we need to talk. She stormed into my home office. Lauren, I'm working. This isn't your house to barge into anymore. Ms. Claire will arrange for you to get your personal items, supervised. My lawyer says you're trying to rob me. That prenup won't stand. Does he? Ms. Claire finds it solid. The one you pushed for, protecting my company, my premarital assets, like it was meant to protect your inheritance? Her face tightened. The money I spent was for us. That $5,000 Gucci bag. For us. The solo spa trips. The secret account in your name I wasn't supposed to know about. My finances are transparent per the prenup. Hope yours are too. She paled. You can't prove that. Don't need to. Prenup's clear. Separate property stays separate. My investments are mine. You get your personal items, your car, paid off by me, you're welcome, and half the joint savings, about $3,900. Her jaw dropped. $3,900? Are you crazy? I need support. Prenup waives spousal support, Lauren. We both had lawyers. No pressure. I leaned back. You texted your divorce plan. You made your choice. You just didn't expect I'd already made mine. Tears. Genuine or frustration? You're cruel, Michael. Am I? Or just following our agreement? You set the tone, Lauren. She stormed out, slamming the door. Silence. That pang again, brief. Then her text replayed in my mind. The entitlement. Calm returned. Ms. Claire emailed her reply to Mr. Robert Hayes, a masterpiece of polite legal demolition, citing clauses, attaching Lauren's signed acknowledgement of independent counsel. Mr. Hayes sent a shorter, still brash email late Thursday, doubling down on pressure and now claiming the prenup was unfair due to our current asset disparity, ignoring her higher net worth at signing. Ms. Claire fired back another sharp response by day's end. The ball was back in their shrinking court. Update, Friday morning. The 48 hours since Mr. Robert Hayes's first email were revealing. Lauren's entitlement, fueled by her lawyer's initial bravado, was crashing into reality. The credit card company called Thursday. Lauren tried to report her card, old joint account, now frozen, stolen by her vindictive husband, attempting big purchases. Declined. Fraud rep was sympathetic. My bank also called. She tried to pull the full $7,800 from joint savings. Teller flagged it. Ms. Claire was quick. Lauren caused a scene, yelling about her money. Mr. Hayes's latest angle, hinted in his Thursday email and likely based on Lauren's desperate claims, was that my investments used joint funds. Ms. Claire's response was swift. See Schedule A of the prenup detailing Mr. Andrews's premarital assets and Schedule B detailing Ms. Carter's. The recent investment funds match Schedule A. We have all brokerage statements. Perhaps your client is mistaken. That mistaken line was pure Ms. Claire. Friday morning, I'm sipping coffee. Phone rings. Unknown number. Voicemail. Then a text from Ms. Claire. Mr. Robert Hayes's office is trying to contact you directly. Don't engage. He just called me. Voice a few pitches higher than normal. The coffee and our attachments must have hit home. A grim smile. Panicking, is he? This was roughly 48 hours since his first email Wednesday. Perfect. Called Ms. Claire after 10 minutes. So, I said, Robert's awakening? Michael, it seems Mr. Hayes, or a sharp paralegal, finally read the prenup alongside our statements. His words, There appears to have been a significant misunderstanding of our client's representations of asset division. He sounded like he'd choked on his tie. She continued, Lauren didn't tell him the full scope of what she signed away, or that your investment account was premarital with all growth explicitly separate. He tried to argue it's unfair. I reminded him her net worth was higher at signing with her own counsel. He deflated. Ms. Claire dropped the gem. He then asked, timidly, if you'd consider renegotiating spousal support out of kindness, as Lauren faces unexpected financial strain and has certain lifestyle expectations. I laughed. Lifestyle expectations? After her text, did you remind him? Oh, I did, said her strain is a direct result of her actions and misreading a binding contract she eagerly signed. Kindness vanished with her text and baseless claims. His response? Mumbled about discussing options with his client. Hung up. He's panicking, Michael. Lauren has no leverage. None. She overplayed her hand and now faces the prenup's terms. Her clothes, her car, $3,900. My new investment fund? Up 3.5% in its first week. A quiet victory. 3.5% Lauren would never touch. Not about the money, the principle, the entitlement, the assumption she could blow up our marriage via text and walk away with half despite our deal. Phone rang again. Mr. Hayes's office. Let it ring. Let them stew. Her lawyer wasn't just panicking. He was beaten. Lauren was learning about consequences. Update, 1 month later. It's been a month since that infamous text. The dust is settling, mostly into a layer of regret on Lauren's side. Per Ms. Claire. Mr. Robert Hayes, after his initial panic, tried a few more desperate, weak moves. A letter claimed emotional distress from my hasty and cold divorce filing, ignoring Lauren's text that sparked it. Ms. Claire countered that preparing for divorce amid suspected infidelity and financial secrecy isn't cold, it's smart. He even suggested I might offer a small settlement to avoid court unpleasantness. My response via Ms. Claire, the prenup is the settlement. No further negotiation. Lauren didn't take it well. I got voicemails, tearful, then angry, then pleading, Michael, please, we can fix this, I messed up. Then, you're heartless, trying to leave me with nothing. And, okay, I get the prenup, but can't you give me something? For old time's sake? I can't survive like this. Old time's sake didn't extend to not plotting to divorce me via text. And nothing was an exaggeration. She got her car, a late model SUV, fully paid off. Her personal items, including a staggering collection of designer clothes, bags, and shoes, and $3,900 from the joint account. The real blow for her, I think, was the company. She genuinely believed, despite the prenup clearly stating it was my separate property, she deserved a big share because she was my wife and supported me emotionally. Support that had been absent for nearly a year, replaced by veiled disdain and those mysterious retreats. Her lawyer finally caved last week. They signed the divorce agreement, exactly as the prenup outlined. No spousal support, no claim on my company, no claim on my investments or premarital assets. Word from a mutual friend, now just my friend, is that Lauren moved in with her sister. Her independent woman fund she'd been funneling money into wasn't as big as she'd hoped, or maybe already spent on her planned future without me. Her inheritance? Turns out, it had restrictions she downplayed, and her access shrank after her parents learned about the divorce circumstances. They're traditional, big on loyalty and accountability. They weren't impressed with her actions. She had a meltdown when she realized her lifestyle was about to plummet. No more weekly salon visits, no more $1,000 shopping sprees, no more fancy brunches she couldn't afford on her own salary, which, without my income, was stretched thin. One last, feeble attempt at manipulation, a text a few days ago. Lauren. I'm struggling, Michael. I might lose my place. I don't know what to do. No reply. It feels cold, I know, and a small, foolish part of me feels a flicker of pity. But then I recall her divorce text's arrogance, her lawyer's bluster, the attempts to paint me as the bad guy hiding assets, being unfair. She made her choice, a very costly, poorly planned choice. For me, life's quieter, calmer. My company's doing well. That investment I made before D-Day, Divorce Day, is still performing strongly. A nice little jab, though the real win is the peace. I finally changed the locks. I'm making the house mine again. It's amazing how much mental space a toxic relationship takes up. Space I now have for work, reconnecting with friends I'd sidelined, and just breathing. There's a strange lightness. The betrayal cut deep, deeper than I admitted even to myself at first. 7 years with someone leaves a mark, but her casual cruelty, that text, sealed the wound faster than anything else could. It made it easier to be methodical, to follow Miss Claire's steps to protect what's mine. Am I happy? Not in a celebratory way. But I'm not miserable. I'm content. I'm free. I held my ground, stuck to the plan, and her consequences were exactly what she earned. Natural consequences. The best kind. Someone asked if I felt guilty. I said I felt justified. She bet on a winning hand, not knowing I'd seen her cards and had the prenup, her own idea, as my ace. So that's the story. No dramatic court battles, no shouting matches. Well, only from her. Just the quiet, calculated execution of a solid plan and a binding agreement. She started it with a text. I ended it with a signature. And honestly, I sleep pretty damn well these days.